from where you were to where you are now, if you had to title the book, and I'm not saying a good SEO title, I'm just saying a title, what would you say would be the title of your book? Not to get it sold, just from where you are to where your journey, something.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. She really did it.
She really did
and
it.
it's an exclamation with a question mark. She really did it.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. And then maybe the tagline would be something like how one crazy girl went after her dreams despite everyone else telling her that's cray, don't what? Like, I tell you how many times, and maybe this is to answer your question of like, what question, but it's like, I can't tell you how many times, Joanne, people just said what I was talking about was crazy, or it wouldn't work, or why would it work? I don't get it. And I would try to summarize it. So Hugh Hewitt wrote a blog, I think it was Blog or Blog It back in the day. And he was a big radio, we call them like disc jockeys back in the day. He was terrestrial radio. And he went to it was the Blog World Expo, and I was speaking, and he came in, and I will tell you, Joanne, like you were saying earlier, you get nervous. I still get nervous. I don't care when, like what interview it is, whether it's my students or new people or whatever, I still get that nervous feeling because you want to perform well. And I saw Hugh Hewitt walking, and he's very it's a stark appearance. He's got the white hair, and I'm like, oh, that's Hugh Hewitt. And I knew he was at the conference. And someone had told him, you got to go in there. Coach Deb's talking about Twitter. And I'm like, oh, great. Now here's this guy who wrote the book on blogging, and he's here. And he basically inspired me, by the way, when I was writing that Twitter Revolution book. There were things he talked about blogging. And I was like, okay, listen, all Twitter is a micro blog. That's all it is. It's just shorter. It's kind of like Reels today, Reels and TikToks and YouTube Shorts. All it is a short video of the long form content of it before. So when people are like, I don't get it. It's like, all it is a clip. It's a clip and it's short form. So same thing when Twitter came out, it was micro blogging. And I had the whole presentation, and he tweeted, which of course I was stoked. I think I grabbed the screen capture, I retweeted it. And he's like, Coach Deb describes Twitter in a way I've never heard it described before, and I get it now. And I'm like, oh my God. And then meanwhile, I didn't have the heart to reply. I'm like, well, I was inspired by your book. So, I almost the things that I was talking about was inspired by his book. That's one of those books I'll never get rid of. It's on my bookshelf, and I have all these highlights in it. And a lot of my thinking was inspired by his things. And so of course he liked my thinking. My thinking was his thinking. Hopefully that makes sense, Joanne. I think the question is, it's like how do you keep going despite all the people who just tell you that's not going to work, right? Like, how do you not get discouraged, or how do you keep going? And I think the answer would be, like, my mom's always told me I was a stubborn little kid. So I think that helped in my adult life, in my business. Like, who knew that negative quality, that it would be difficult to raise a child like that? Who knew that negative quality would be something that would literally catapult my career to keep doing something no matter what other people say is just crazy. So
that is such great advice.
What are we doing these days, right? It's all crazy, right? So how do you do Zoom, like work from home, but with people in New York? What? And now 2 years ago, everyone did it. But that's 22 years after I was talking about it. So I think, that might be the question, is like, how do you keep going even though people think you're crazy? Like, why don't you just give up? Do something easy.
The inner critic, you gotta get rid of them all. I like that. That was really, really good. I like that.
Inner and outer.
Inner and the outer, right? The inner, you got it.
Because both are horrible. Like, and the outer stimulates the inner, and then your inner just
when
makes
they
you crazy.
It still talks to you at night. When they leave, everything they said, it's like, no, get rid of it. That's somebody else's voice. I love that.
That's right.